Hey everyone, this is Gabby, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about something called random acts of kindness. And so, the society that we live in, the one that we have co created, is so often not unified. We stand in elevators and in lines at the grocery store without even saying hi to one another. We conceal our problems from each other because we are convinced that we are the only ones who feel the way that we feel. And we live right next to people and we have no idea who they are. At least I didn't know my neighbor. I lived here for 3 years. I just met him a year ago. Our neighborhoods are not really communities anymore. They're just places that we live, and we just happen to live next to other people. This isolation, which we have created, is so unhealthy. But all too often, we sit here and we wait for someone else to come and do something about it. We wait for someone to walk through that door and rescue us from our own isolation. And what we find is that all of us end up sitting and waiting for someone else to come and do it, to rescue us. And so we're all stuck. And all it takes is one person to get the ball rolling. And that one person is you. Self-love is the only thing which we are here to master. Self-love is all that we are ever doing. It is the only practice, and if we're going to accept that this universe is that of oneness, then the way to love this world and the way to change this world is to love and change ourselves. Well, it just so happens that oneness is the truth of this universe. It's a little known fact that what I just stated before works in reverse. That at which you extend out towards another person is that of which you extend towards yourself. In an entangled universe, like the one we live in, every kind gesture that you extend towards somebody else is a kind gesture that you extend ultimately towards yourself. The way to create a world of kindness is to go become that kindness that you are looking to receive. What do you do in a world that feels so isolated? What do you do in a world which seems very cruel, uncompassionate, and unkind? No one can argue with the fact that harshness and cruelty exists. You do not need to be afraid to own it, to admit it. It would be lying to yourself at this point if you said that it didn't exist. But it is also lying to yourself to say that harshness and cruelty is all that exists. Compassion and kindness and love also exists. When we begin to suffer is when we think harshness and cruelty are all that exists. We begin to suffer when we think that our society is its own entity with its own free will. But our society is not this giant monster with its own free will and its own identity. What it is the sum of the tiniest part, and its tiniest part is one person. What you do when the society you are living in looks harsh and cruel and uncompassionate and unkind is you become that of which you wish to see in this world. To become compassion, to become kind, to seek to create this kind of unity which you wish to receive. This means leave your house and form connections. You form connections with other people by demonstrating compassion and kindness towards other people. And the very best way to do this is random acts of kindness. So today's video is a challenge because the challenge is the lesson. My challenge for you for this week is to do as many random acts of kindness that you can possibly think to do. I challenge you to pay attention to the way that this causes you to feel. I challenge you to pay attention to the way that this changes your perception relative to what is possible for this world when we, those individuals that make up this society, live this way day by day. I want you to really think about what's possible if we are all living in this way, which you are going to be living in the next week. It is my hope that after this week of random acts of kindness is through, that random acts of kindness will become your newest habit. Here are some suggestions of random acts of kindness that you can do. Number 1, feed a stranger's meter. If you see a vehicle with an expired parking meter, do a nice deed and feed that meter a few quarters or nickels or whatever it costs. You never know what could possibly have held that person up. And they will greatly appreciate not coming back to a parking ticket because they suck and they're so expensive. Number 2, smile. Just because. Do you walk around your neighborhood? Maybe you're running errands or you're on your way to work, never meeting the gaze of those who pass you. Or if you do, you look away really fast. You avoid eye contact. Brighten up the day of a stranger with a simple smile and a good morning. Say good morning, say hi. As you pass them on the street, just hello. You may make their day and not even know it. And it will also raise your frequency. Number 3, donate gently used clothes. I donate gently used clothes all the time. Things that my daughter and husband don't wear and things that I don't wear, I donate them to charity and churches. Number 4, put down your phone for an hour and lend an ear. Take the time to really stop and talk to your elderly neighbor. Chances are their attempts to strike up a conversation may be because they're a bit lonely. Take the time to ask them how they're doing and really mean it. Listen to their stories. You may learn something. They have so many awesome things to share with you. And if you have grandparents or elderly relatives that are still living, call them and tell them that you love them because life is short. Number 5, be a traffic angel. Commuting to and from the office can be a source of stress, and it lowers your frequency when you're stressed. And it also makes some people angry. A lot of us are always in a hurry. And you don't have to view your fellow drivers as competition on the road. For instance, if you see that somebody is trying to get out and it's a really busy street and they can't get out of the parking lot, stop and give them a friendly wave. and let them enter your lane safely. Everybody's in a rush. Everybody's in a hurry. Everybody wants to get home. Be a traffic angel. Number 6, hold the door open for someone. Even the elevator door. Hold the elevator door for somebody. Number 7, pay for the person's coffee behind you. Me and my husband, we do this often. When we're at Dunkin' Donuts and we're in the drive-thru, we pay for the person behind us. I love that. That's one of my favorites. Talking about paying things for people, number 8, pay for the person's toll behind you. Someone did this for me, and I thought it was so awesome that I paid it forward, and I paid for the person's car behind me. And I told the teller to tell them to do the same thing, to pay it forward. Number 9, help out your neighbor. Maybe you heard that your neighbor is ill or recovering from surgery, or maybe dealing with a death of a loved one, or maybe they lost a beloved pet, or maybe they just brought home a new baby. Help out a neighbor during a trying time by cooking a casserole or baking them some cookies. I just did this for my neighbor last week. Offer to mow their grass, or maybe do a load of laundry for them, or offer to keep an eye on the kids or their animals for a few hours so that they can run some errands. That's an awesome thing to do. Number 10, pick up the trash in your neighborhood. Keep nature clean. The more creative you get with this, the better. Random acts of kindness don't just apply to people, they apply to all living beings. So plants and animals and earth can all be on the receiving end of these gestures. Random acts of kindness include kind gestures all the way from offering to give somebody a back rub to paying off someone's college tuition. Every single act counts. Random acts of kindness do not have to add stress to your life. It shouldn't feel as if you are sacrificing what little energy you have for someone else. Random acts of kindness should not take away from any happiness from your life. They should feel good to do. They should come straight from your heart's desire to see other people happy and to be exactly who we really are, because we are love. You can do random acts of kindness whether you're a millionaire or whether you have only the clothes on your back to your name. It is my desire that you, all of you watching this video, share some of the things which you did during this week in the comments section below, so that the rest of us can see that somewhere around the world there are people just like us, like you and me, that care. It is important that we all see that there are other people who are facilitating compassion and kindness on this planet, which often feels so much bigger than us. It is my belief that a challenge like this can serve to unite us. No matter how far apart we are, no matter where we live, no matter where you are here on this earth, I look forward to reading your comments. Thank you for watching this video. I can't wait to see some of the things that you guys did for other people. Much love and light, Gabby.